Hello guys,
Hi.
welcome to another fantastic episode of Healthy You, brought to you by Food Farm and Consult. My name is Kesintin Eigiato Usamudiame, and I'm not alone in the studio. I'm with the amazing
Lucia.
So guys, do you know that in 2019, according to WHO, it was estimated that malaria killed about 409,000 people, and out of that number, it was estimated that 23% actually came from Nigeria, which is about roughly 94,000 deaths. So guys, today we'll be looking at some common diseases that are affecting people and how you can stay healthy. So according to CDC, some of these prevalent diseases in Nigeria are
malaria, typhoid, arthritis, hypertension, diabetes, and so on.
Alright, so let's look at malaria. What is malaria? Who are the people it affects? What can we do about it? How do we treat it? And how can we prevent it? According to WHO, malaria is a life-threatening disease that is caused by the Anopheles mosquito. It actually happens when an infected mosquito bites someone and transfers into their bloodstream a parasite known as Plasmodium, making the person fall sick. So what are some of the visible symptoms of malaria? Some of the visible symptoms include chills, vomiting, extreme fatigue, and tiredness. So how do you treat malaria? Malaria can be treated by the use of anti-malaria drugs such as chloroquine, quinine, artemether, and artesunate drugs. You may be wondering, I'm not infected by malaria. How then do you prevent getting malaria? You can actually prevent getting malaria by the use of mosquito repellents, by actually using mosquito repelling nets on your doors and windows. And you could also make sure that your environment is tidy and there is no stagnant body of water around you.
Alright, the ailment I'm going to be talking about today is headache disorder. The most popular one is migraines, and migraine is caused by the activation of a deep mechanism in your brain, and it causes this kind of pain stimulating frequency, I would say, that gives you a terrible pain because it actually stimulates the nerves that supply blood to the brain and all. So at the end of the day, you feel very, very dizzy, weak, and pains all over your head. Now, this ailment has been under-recognized because people just take some pain relievers for it. But there are people who go through having migraines for the rest of their lives, and you can imagine what they need to deal with every single day. Yes, I have like 2 friends that go through that on a daily. They have constant headaches. Probably comes like 5 times a week or 3 times a week. But there are ways that you can take care of this particular ailment, one of which is taking your usual pain relief drugs. But before you do that, you need to seek professional help from a doctor. They would actually tell you what to take and the doses in which to take them. Then you also have to take care of your lifestyle, the way you live, because if you work, say 9 to 5, and you do every other added activity, it can really affect your lifestyle, and then it becomes really stressful for you as a person, and this can tell on you and express itself in form of having a headache disorder such as the migraine. It is popularly found in both adults and even the younger ones these days. The previous statistics say that migraines are common between persons of ages 35 to 45 thereabouts, but recent statistics have shown that even people below 35 experience migraines and are battling with it daily. It may not kill someone immediately, but it is something that can really shorten the lifespan of a person because you go through a series of pain daily. So that's for migraine.
Alright, so another ailment we will be looking at is hypertension, because this one affects a whole lot of persons. First, what is hypertension? Hypertension is a cardiovascular ailment that affects the heart. Yeah, it actually comes about when high blood pressure for some individuals is left unchecked over a long period of time, resulting to heart failure and other deadly heart diseases. What are some of the visible symptoms of hypertension? Some of the visible symptoms include shortness of breath, fainting, and the even deadly stroke. Yeah. So it's also important. I share with you guys on how you guys can actually, for those who already have it, how they can treat it. Treatment is usually by the administration of a drug known as diuretic. Diuretic is a drug that actually relaxes the vessels around the heart, so making the blood flow at a much more normal rate. There's also the administrations of beta blockers and a drug known as vasodilators. Vasodilators are drugs that they just look for a way to like calm the vessels all around the heart, so making blood flow at a much more easier rate. So guys, how do you prevent cardiovascular disease such as this hypertension, heart attack, and the even deadly stroke? You can do this by engaging in some activities, some very healthy activities like regular exercising, making sure you don't consume food that is very high in cholesterol, because cholesterol is like a fat that actually that is responsible for blocking those arteries, so leading to heart failure. And you can also cut out eating enough salty food from your diet. Yes, too much salt can actually contribute to you having heart problem. Some other things you can also do, if you are the type that likes cigarettes, please, I'm actually pleading right now for you to take out cigarette and smoking out of your lifestyle, because it would actually contribute faster to you having a heart problem. Yeah, I'm going to reiterate again. It's important. If you are a young man out there watching, a young man watching, don't just say, okay, I'm still very young, heart attack or cardiovascular disease or heart-related disease affect only the elderly. That is not completely true. It affects both the old and it affects both the young. So it's important that you just start engaging in some good lifestyle habits that would keep your health in top shape.
Alright, according to the research organizations that have come up with really useful research so far, it is estimated that about 95% of the world population go through a particular ailment or the other, and even a third of them, show signs of having up to 5 ailments. So you're not alone. You can look up our previous episode on dealing with shame culture. You have more information on why you're not alone when it comes to dealing with ailments and diseases. Another ailment that I will be talking about today is one that is really common, especially among the elderly ones, and it is arthritis. Arthritis is caused by the inflammation of the joints, and it is characterized by swelling in that particular region and intense pain. Arthritis can be controlled when you undergo good enough exercises, when you watch your weight, and a lot of other healthy habits that you practice can help you to reduce the risk generally of contracting or coming down with arthritis, even though it is very common amongst people who are elderly. Okay, some of the treatments for arthritis involves your lifestyle, keeping to having a healthy weight, and then taking some drugs that are anti-inflammatory to help reduce that swelling and pain reliefs generally that can help to reduce the pain. It might not just go away. Some people usually have to do surgery to take care of that particular site, hip replacement, bone replacement, and all of that. But that's in like extreme cases. But the truth is that arthritis can be taken care of right from the onset, or rather curbed right from the onset. And if you detect it early enough, through your x-rays and every other thing that you need to go through procedure in your hospital, you can prevent going down with severe arthritis. So that's it.
Wow, that is very interesting. So it's also important that we reiterate that some of the mentioned ailments and diseases do not just affect the elderly, but it also affects the young.
Yes.
So you may be a young man watching us right now. You just be like, oh, I'm healthy, I'm still young, I don't think I should pay so much attention to what they are saying. But you should pay attention, because these ailments they've been known to affect both the young and the old. So IT will be sharing with us some general tips we can actually imbibe to make sure that we are much more healthier and we stay on top of our health.
Okay, there are some healthy habits that you should get used to that will help you to prevent some ailments and diseases. And some of them include eating healthy, that's having a healthy diet, drinking lots of water. I am personally a water ambassador. I always tell people around me, drink enough water because it helps your body. Exercising regularly will also help you to jump and pass any ailments that might want to come your way. Cleanliness, yes, some people take it for granted, but having a very clean environment, because Kensington talked about malaria, and one of the ways that mosquitoes can breed, yes, is when you keep your environment
stagnant, when you have a lot of stagnant water around.
Exactly. So you want to make sure that you are keeping your environment clean, you're drinking enough water, you are quitting every dangerous habit like smoking, and you know the rest.
Alright guys, you've heard everything that has been said here. In fact, these things that you are imbibing, these healthy habits that you are imbibing, is for you to even live a longer and a better life.
Yeah. Alright, thank you so much, Kes. And don't forget to stay healthy until our next episode of Healthy You. Bye.